Today I'm going to take you through a warm-up that could be really helpful for running. So when you think about doing a warm-up, you want to make sure that it's very specific to the activity you're about to do. Specifically with running, I'm going to take you through some mobility exercises, some muscle activation, and then a little bit of like speed and impact work. So let's start with the mobility. An exercise that I love that really helps to loosen up the back, the hips, is called the world's greatest stretch. There's a fair amount of rotation that happens when you're running, if you think about the arm swing through the spine. So this is going to be really great for that too. So what you're going to do is you're going to start here in a plank position. We're going to step one foot through, and then we'll keep our one hand planted here on the mat, and then open up through the other side, rotating nice and big through the spine. You'll feel that through the hips as well. You can come down and kind of thread the needle under that hand that's planted, and then rotate up. On the other side, that'll look like this. So this hand stays planted here, and rotate. The next one we're going to do is a prone press up or a cobra. So that's going to kind of access this low back extension. So you'll start on your stomach and press up into this cobra position. We'll keep it moving. We'll do maybe about 10 repetitions of this. The next exercise will be to stretch the front of the hips kind of through the quad, and then also flowing into a hamstring stretch. You'll be in this half kneeling position. Tuck your pelvis. So again, think like flattening your back, tucking your hips under, kind of tucking your tailbone, and then lunge forward just slightly. And then you're going to come into a hamstring stretch on the opposite side. So when you tuck and lunge forward, you should feel this through the back leg. And then when you come back into this rock, you should feel this through the hamstring in the front leg. Tuck, lean forward, and into this hamstring stretch. We want our stretching before our activity to be more dynamic. So that means that we have some movement involved, which is why you see me kind of rocking through these motions and flowing through them. Again, do that on both sides. A groin stretch is going to be next. So we're going to be in this kind of half split position, one leg straight, and then we're just going to rock back and forward. You should feel this all through the inner thigh here. And if you want to intensify this stretch, you can add a little bit of rotation here. And then just rock through that. Again, don't forget to do this on both sides. Next, we're going to stretch the back side of the hip. So we're going to lay down on your back, cross one leg over. Take your hands and reach through your leg, pull the back of your thigh, and pull your knee in towards your chest. You can hold this for a static stretch, but again, I recommend before your run to go for a little bit more of a dynamic stretch. So I'm kind of doing repetitions where I'm pulling in and out of this. You should feel this in the back side of the hip that's in this 4 position. This is a figure 4 stretch. Next, we're going to come to a wall, and then we're going to stretch the calves. So a couple different ways you can do this. You can just keep your leg straight here, foot propped up on the wall, and then just pushing into the wall to feel the back of the lower leg here. Or you also can get into this triple extension position. This is a similar position to what you're going to be in when you're running. And then here, if I keep my back heel on the ground and then kind of lunge forward towards the wall, I can feel that stretch through the back of my calf. Next, we're going to move into the muscle activation portion of the warm-up. So with muscle activation, you want to think of it as priming the brain to better access the muscles that you want to be very active when you're running. So we're going to start with calf and shin muscles. So we're going to do this ankle rocker exercise. You're going to come up into a calf raise and then kind of rock back and lift the toes up. This will help prime your balance as well. So you want to be really focused here on maintaining your balance. And calves on the back of the lower leg and then the shin muscles on the front are very active when you're running. So you want to just tell your brain, hey, we want to wake these muscles up, get them warm, get them ready to go. Next one we're going to do is a march. So we're going to activate the hip flexors here. And then you get a little bit of balance support in this one as well, just having to stand on one leg. Believe it or not, there is a lot of balance in running. It's essentially a repetitive single leg stability task over and over again. So we're just doing a nice slow march. I'm kind of feeling here for my hip flexors, letting them know, hey, I want you to wake up and turn on. Be prepared to do some work. Another single leg exercise is going to be leg kicks. Standing on one leg, we're going to kick out to the side. So you'll feel a fair amount of work being done to the leg that you're standing on. And then if we're kicking out to the side, we should also feel this outer hip on the leg we're kicking with. And then we'll also add a backwards kick. So I'll show you from the side. We're going to kick back, feel that more in the back of the hip of the leg that we're kicking. And then again, the leg that we're standing on gets quite a bit of stability work as well. This, you want to make sure that you're really squeezing through this back, this rear glute muscle. So I'll show you the difference here. Right now I'm squeezing with this muscle versus using more of the back to cheat and make it look like I'm kicking. You can see how I'm arching more through my low back. If you have weakness in these rear glute muscles, you might be doing this while you're running, compensating by arching your low back. We want to get rid of that. We want to really squeeze here. Next, we're going to do some body weight squats. Nice and easy. Get these quads kind of warmed up. Again, keep firing the glutes. Keep your core nice and tight. Take it at whatever pace you feel like you need to. And really make sure that you're trying to load evenly through the left and the right side. If you need to do this in front of a mirror, feel free so you can watch yourself to see if you're shifting to one side. And then the next exercise is going to be another quad activation exercise. So you're going to be in this kneeling position. Keep your core nice and tight. We want our trunk to be straight. We're going to lean back and then pull ourselves forward using our thighs. So lean, pull through the front of the thighs and hips forward. So it's not sitting your butt towards your heels. It's keeping a straight trunk and then pulling. Again, really feeling this more in the thighs than in the back of the hips. Finally, we're going to move on to our kind of impact and speed portion of the warm-up, just to get our heart rate going and get our muscles used to kind of cycling and recycling a little bit faster. So we're going to start with some pogo hops. So just a faster hop. Really get the calves warmed up. You can do this single leg or double leg. We're going to do some high knees next. And then we're going to move side to side with some skaters. This is going to target more of that outer hip. Get hip, knee, and ankle stability here. This would be a great starting place for a warm-up. Should take under 10 minutes, and leave us a comment if you have any questions or concerns.